Hello, I am Prabha and we are learning how to learn. In the previous session, we learned in depth about focused and diffused mode. How to use diffused mode aptly so that we can focus and improve our concentration. I hope you are practicing the counting of 1 to 100, which is very important to improve our concentration. The key of learning is using metaphors to remember. Connect the word which you want to remember with something different and odd. The principle of learning is read, underline, make summaries, and prepare mind maps. We have also learned about how chunks are formed, and in this session, we will be learning in depth of how habits are formed and what acts as a neuromodulator in our brain. The habits have four parts. First, the cue, that is the location and the time. Second, the routine, how you respond to your habit. Third is the reward. Habits develop and continue because they reward us. It gives us an immediate little feeling of pleasure. The belief, last one, that I will never be able to change a habit. Make a simple change in your habit. That is, focus on the process, not on the product. It is as simple as don't focus on the math problem, which is very difficult, but focus on how you are going to learn it. This simple change in the habit will make you learn new things easily and comfortably. Writing the next day's task list before you go to sleep will help you to be able to complete the items on your task list the next day. This is a very important point in our day to day life. If you do so, you will be able to have a peaceful sleep and wake up early so that you can complete the task which you have made a list the previous night. So, what forms these habits? Let us go into depth. There are certain neuromodulators in our brain which help us to form these habits. To learn in depth about our learning pattern and how our brain works, it is very important for us to learn more about our neuromodulators in our brain, which actually plays a key role in our memory power and the learning pattern. The first thing is acetylcholine, which affects focused learning and attention. Dopamine signals in a relation of unexpected rewards. And serotonin affects social life and risk-taking behavior. Acetylcholine neurons form neuromodulatory connections to the cortex that are particularly important for focused learning when you are paying close attention. These acetylcholine neurons project widely and activate circuits that control synaptic plasticity, leading to new long-term memory. What we eat plays a vital role in maintaining acetylcholine. Choline is an essential nutrient and a building block of acetylcholine. Foods that are naturally high in choline include whole wheat eggs, meat, fish, and whole grains. Studies suggest that consuming foods or supplements rich in choline may elevate levels of acetylcholine in brain and which increases our memory power. The second neuromodulator is dopamine. Dopamine neurons become active when we get unexpected reward, and activating dopamine neurons in response to a certain behavior mimics the effect of an unexpected reward, positively reinforcing that behavior. Remember, there is a study by Simons Foundation which has shown that when we reward for each and every activity, the student or the child tend to not doing things in a longer run. So there was a study in America wherein which 30 students were kept in a room and they were given rewards for each and every helping activity they did. And in a longer run, they dropped helping each other. But there was a second set of 30 students in a classroom where they were not rewarded regularly. But yes, they were rewarded unexpectedly, or there were surprises for the students if at all they did few things. In these cases, students tend to help or do the activities more rigorously and happily completed the task. The last neuromodulator of a brain is serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical that has a wide variety of functions in the human body. It is sometimes called a happy chemical because it contributes a well-being and happiness. There are very simple methods of increasing serotonin, but we actually don't do, or sometimes we never do. Try to go into the sunlight, having an aerobic exercise, running, biking, swimming, and studies have proved that even yoga have a impact on increasing the serotonin levels in our brain. Remembering happy events, it might sound odd, but remembering positive moments in your life does increase serotonin, and remembering negative moments decrease it. Here comes the end of session 3. In this session, we have learned in depth about neuromodulars and how we can increase the presence of neuromodulars and hence increase the learning power and the memory power. Thank you.